So, if you have ever stared at a blank page for hours, watching the cursor blink like it's mocking you, you are not alone. Writer's block and academic procrastination affects nearly 70% of graduate students and early researchers at some point during their studies. But procrastination in academia isn't simply about laziness or poor discipline. Research consistently shows that it's a form of emotional self-regulation failure. In other words, you are not avoiding the task, you are avoiding how it makes you feel. That's overwhelmed, uncertain, or afraid of falling short. So in this video, I will share 3 evidence-based strategies that actually work to overcome academic procrastination. Each of these strategies is grounded in research from psychology and behavioral science. And in the third strategy, I'll show you how you can use emerging tools, specifically writing assistants, how they can help you build momentum ethically without replacing your own voice. So before you fix procrastination, you have to understand what drives it. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Psychology found that academic procrastination is rarely caused by poor time management. Instead, it stemmed from emotional factors, stress, perfectionism, or low perceived competence. When the brain senses uncertainty or threat, it defaults to short-term comfort, checking your emails, scrolling through social media, or reorganizing your notes for the 10th time. So the real problem isn't the lack of willpower, it's an excess of emotional friction. Recognizing that is powerful because it shifts the question from why am I lazy to what emotion am I trying to avoid. Once you name the emotion, whether it's fear, anxiety, or self-doubt, you can apply specific strategies to address it instead of fighting yourself. Okay, so let's start with the first evidence-based strategy, breaking tasks into smaller time-boxed actions. Large, ambiguous goals like writing a dissertation, chapter, or writing the discussion for your thesis usually overwhelm the brain's executive function. But specific short tasks reduce mental resistance. A practical way to do this is by using the Pomodoro technique, 25 minutes of focused writing followed by 5 minutes break. A study from Georgetown University Center for Health and Well-being showed that students who used structured time blocks significantly improved focus and reduced procrastination-related stress. Instead of aiming to finish that introduction, aim to draft the first 150 words on background context. The task becomes smaller and your brain feels safe enough to begin. The key here is measurable progress. Each micro win builds momentum, which slowly rewires brain's resistance to starting large tasks. The second effective strategy is accountability and social support. Procrastination thrives in isolation. Research from the Journal of Applied Psychology found that people who share their goals with a mentor or a peer are 65% more likely to achieve them. Accountability doesn't have to mean pressure, it means partnership. So try scheduling a co-writing hour with a colleague, joining an online writing group, or even posting your goals on an accountability board. One of my favorite methods is something I call public micro deadlines. For example, I might announce to a colleague, I will send you my method section draft by 4 p.m. This subtle social commitment adds just enough positive tension to overcome inertia. And when you combine this with the first strategy, structured time box sessions, you create a sustainable feedback loop of progress and accountability. The third strategy may be my personal favorite, building momentum before you aim for perfection. Perfectionism is one of the most common causes of academic procrastination. In a 2023 meta-analysis of over 38 studies, researchers found that perfectionism strongly predicts both writer's block and chronic delay in academic tasks. Here's the science behind it. When you demand that your first draft be flawless, your brain associates writing with danger, so it stalls. But when you focus on creating an imperfect draft first, the brain releases that tension and allows creativity to flow. And at this stage, you can really get assistance from certain writing tools that are specifically designed for writing, especially when used ethically. Generative AI can help you start faster by breaking that blank page barrier. It helps you move from I don't know how to start to here is something I can work with. However, not all AI tools are designed for academic writing. A tool I used most of the time is Genie AI. Let me explain how this tool or a tool like Genie AI helps break through writer's block and procrastination in 3 practical ways. First, it provides instant scaffolding. Most people freeze because they can't visualize the structure of what they want to say. Genie AI can generate an outline, topic headings, or a draft paragraph based on a very good prompt. That outline then acts like a map. You no longer face a blank page, but only sections waiting to be refined. Research on cognitive load theory shows that when structure is visible, mental resistance decreases and task initiation becomes much easier. So example of an idea you can use, or if, for example, if you're working on a paper, you may put a prompt like act as a research assistant, explain why data quality matters in public health research. If you input this prompt in Genie AI, it instantly produces an outline. From there, you can start writing, refining it, adjusting the tone, or rewriting until it sounds like you. Second, Genie citation tool lets you stay the flow by automatically pulling references from your library and web within the workspace. You don't even need to switch tabs. A 2025 review in Advances in Stimulation confirmed that AI-assisted writing, when properly disclosed and reviewed, enhances organization and readability. The key here is ownership. AI can accelerate the mechanical part of writing, organizing, rephrasing, and refining, but the intellectual labor, argumentation, and interpretation must remain yours. So use Genie AI to remove friction, not to outsource thought. But you must also understand that using AI responsibly requires boundaries. So here are 4 rules I follow personally and encourage every student or researcher to adopt. Rule number 1, always review and edit manually. Never publish raw AI text. Rule number 2, read AI generated sources before citing them. If you're using AI tool, for example, like Genie, you can simply open the PDF viewer within Genie to view the source of the cited material. Point number 3, disclose AI use if your university or journal requires it, because transparency is part of academic integrity. Rule number 4, use AI to enhance clarity, not originality. Your voice, your reasoning, and your insight should define the final work. When used this way, AI becomes a thought partner, a tool that clears mental fog and helps you regain writing rhythm while keeping your authenticity intact. So here's a quick recap. Strategy number 1, break your work into smaller time-boxed actions. Strategy number 2, add accountability, because commitment shared is commitment kept. Strategy number 3, build momentum, not perfection. And if you need help starting, use AI tools like Genie AI responsibly to overcome hesitation. Procrastination is not a personal failure, we've all been there. It's a process problem. You fix it by creating systems that make action easier. So if you like to experiment with my favorite ethical AI assistant designed for researchers, you can try Genie AI using the link in the description and apply the code BANDA20 for 20% off. Remember, progress beats perfection and consistency builds mastery. Thank you for watching, and if this video helped you rethink procrastination, share it with a colleague or student who needs to hear it.